What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo Leveling Arise video. Alright guys, real quick, just so you are aware, the approval for the code was pretty instant. So I sent out 1,000 Essence Stones to all of my supporters and subscribers. I just want to say a big shout out to all of you guys. I know this is one of the last times I'll be able to do this, so all you NIDs over here that didn't change your name, I hope you do so I can give you a proper shout out. But shout out to my number 1, Luchi, my number 2, a couple of my NIDs, number 2, number 3 and 4, Mal's, you know who you are. Number 5, a couple of NIDs, Mega Cartel, number 8, a couple more NIDs. Please guys change your name. Nightmare, number 12, a couple more NIDs, T-Pro as well, number 16. I want to do a couple pages here just to say a big shout out, and hopefully we guys can continue this next season as well for more codes, and obviously the support means a lot to me. Bond, a couple more NIDs, Omega X, Painblade's mom, shout out to you. You moved down quite a bit, mom. Damn. Step Bear, Jaden38, Travis, couple more NIDs over here. Marty B, Forsaken, shout out to Forsaken. Shout out to Isu64. And Nom Nom, I think awesome people. Isu is actually part of my testing squad in the Discord and plays a pretty big role in there. So thank you again. Shout out to you for the support. Much love. A couple more NIDs down here. Notor Z, Ali, a couple more NIDs. Shadow, Heartless. Shout out to Heartless14. Was always number 1 in terms of the comments. Much love to you, bro. A couple more NIDs. Jokers, shout out to you. You've been here for quite some time. Stony, Deedlit, a couple more NIDs. Master Mix, McNasty, Silver Various. Feel free to skip this part, guys, if you're not in here. Obviously, more NIDs here. I'll go to page 5. A couple more NIDs. Raphael Lich, Amar, more NIDs here. Monarch of Sauce, Meow at 2X. Shout out to Meow 2X. NID, R4Richu. Hopefully I got that right. Sorry, bro. A couple more NIDs. Let's go one more page here. Ike, a couple more NIDs. Grandpa. Sounds like me. JD Raven, more NIDs. Groku-sama, Deep. Shout out to Deeps. Happy belated birthday, bro. Cthulhu, more NIDs. Baka. What's up, Baka? Renoble One, Nabellas, Love Yourself, Harumi, and more. So, guys, please, if you've not been supporting, go and support, show some love, and you guys will get your codes. So those codes have been sent out. Now that I got that out of the way, I do want to talk about the actual shadows. I think this is an important one. So let's discuss this, and I am going to be going live tomorrow morning as well, just so you are aware. Make sure you get your codes, guys. Make sure you're ready for the live stream. We're going to be covering quite a bit. Oh, what the hell is this? That was weird. I've never seen that error before. Let's talk about shadows. Army of Shadows. Let's talk about the best shadow now in the game at the moment, and that is in fact going to be Beru. The entire team getting attacked by 5% at general status, and then getting the critical hit damage is massive. Now, the reason why this is so important, just so everyone is aware, these stats here are not affected by combat power reduction, right? This is a flat 5% that you get for both attack and critical hit damage. It's huge. Not only are you getting on the general a new skill, but what makes Beru so special is 2 different things. He, number 1, has a healing skill right here, but also more importantly, he has this punishment skill, which will increase the damage taken by the opponent by 5% for 20 seconds, giving Beru everything he needs. He's pretty much, literally, they combined Min, because you know what happened to Min and him, and put it in Beru and gave us the two of the most coveted stats we're looking for. The only thing I would have probably wanted more than crit damage, to be honest, is crit rate, but it is what it is. Okay, so he will probably be the best shadow authority for quite some time. I don't see him being changed, and I think Beru should be your number 1 focus to general. A lot of people are wondering if you get him to general right away. That's not the case. You will need to actually have some traces, and traces obviously is something you're going to have to farm in order to get that. All right, next up now, of course, Igris. All right, Igris in general will push critical hit rate to 8%. Again, crit hit rate is so damn important in this game, because not only will you do way more damage, but also at the same time, you'll beat things faster because of doing more damage, right? So, Igris definitely deserves that. He does get a bleed here as the last skill, so that's not bad. It does last for 30 seconds. Of course, anything that is immune to bleed will not be affected by this, but the Commander's Touch bleed effect will help you in a lot of different battles. So not the greatest when it comes down to the last skill, but also not the worst. So that's going to be really good. Big Rock, also really big on the general status, because sends the entire team member's basic skill to 12%. The last skill is, meh, it is what it is. It's just a damage skill, right? But this 12% cannot be scoffed at. So I would definitely say Beru, and then I would say Big Rock, and then Igris should be your main 3 to focus on in regards to getting to general. Now, Serby here is not required. I'm going to explain this real quick, and thank you to those people who tested for me and found out. This 8% critical hit damage is nice, obviously. Most people will stick with the 5 and the 5 because it's better overall, but this combustion skill over here is not a cumulative skill with the existing combustion. So this skill and this skill here, all right, are not like, you can't have them together. They're the same skill, the same debuff, different skill, same debuff. The debuffs don't stack. All right, essentially what it is in case you miss with this, you now have a chance to aim and get it again with this without having to reapply the other skill. So one way or another, you'll get your combustion off, but they do not stack. So you don't have to push him to general if you don't want to. Of course, pushing to general will help you with your shadow army growth, and then you can obviously level up further and increase your total combat power, but he's not one of the main authorities that you need to worry about in regards to boosting. So don't worry too much about that. They do not stack. All right, Kisel, also another big one here, moving to 9% ultimate damage. This actually provides you an increased attack, but it's only for the user. So for Kisel himself, will get that increased attack. So good. He does great damage as it is, so it's actually pretty decent, but overall not a necessity. Okay, this is pretty big. All team members max HP by 12%. 12% is a pretty big amount, guys, right, to have. So you're gonna get yourself another attack here. With iron, and you're also going to get yourself the shield, of course, that he grants when you get above, I think it's elite general or whatever, or elite knight, right? So I don't have elite knight right now, so that's why you don't see this, but this shield is actually pretty good. And you guys can see here that 12% is pretty damn good. Now, because we have ourselves even more now in regards to power for defense units, tank actually takes up quite a bit of a jump now in regards to his utility. He's got 12% defense. So if you're going to be running Gunhee, you're going to be running Thomas and any defensive DPS, this actually might be a really good shadow authority to focus on over Beru. Of course, Beru will be your main shadow authority for SJW, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to run him as the main authority all the time, because now you have Shadow here, or sorry, you have Tank here, who is now going to give 12% total defense increase, and it's actually pretty damn good. Not only that, but also, like you see over here, he increases all Shadows defense by what is it, 40%, which is not that big of a deal for Shadows. And then, of course, the last one here, he'll do an AoE attack for that. So his actual utility has skyrocketed since defense has become kind of a meta almost at this point, especially with Thomas. So at this point, you may want to consider after Beru to get Tank up as one of your other ones, and perhaps focus on that as well too. Okay, and then lastly, of course, blades here. We have the last one here, 7%, only 2% more than Beru, so in my opinion, not worth it. He does, of course, have the increase of attack for himself, and then the last skill over here increases his critical hit rate as well too. Amazing for clearing AoE like units, but overall, I'd still say not 100% what you want to focus on. So overall, I'd say Beru number 1, guys. I'd still say Igris and Big Rock 2 and 3, depends on what you want to go with. And then I'd say number 4 it would be Tank. Now Tank, you can move up even further if you don't really care about. You know what? Actually, I would say keep him as number 4. Keep him as number 4. Because you never know how the meta is going to change, right? Defense might eventually go away, and attack still might be better. So I would still keep him number 4, but definitely focus on him. But definitely get Beru up first. Tusk still has a place, by the way, in all this. I don't want to disregard Tusk here. Tusk still has a place. Core damage still is somewhat good, but it's just not great anymore. So that one there, I would suggest kind of put aside for now. So there you guys go. So Beru, Igris, Big Rock, and Tank now. Tank specifically only because of the new meta for defense being so damn powerful, especially with Gunhee and Thomas. Giving them that extra 12% defense is actually pretty crazy. And of course, they don't scale off attack, so that's useless for them, right? So when you do Hunter mode, you may want to consider that over going with Beru. All right, folks, this is Payne. Thank you so much. And again, when I say going over Beru, I'm talking about the Shadow Authority section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.